Beneath the rolling hills of northwest Georgia lies a place where history refuses to rest. A battlefield soaked in blood. A landscape where thousands cried out in agony. And even today, many claim the spirits of the fallen still walk among the shadows. This is Chickamauga Battlefield, one of the most haunted battlefields in America. From ghostly soldiers still marching in formation, to an otherworldly creature known only as Old Green Eyes, to chilling accounts of visitors being touched, followed, and even spoken to by the dead. Tonight, we're going deep into the history, hauntings, folklore, and mysteries of Chickamauga. Stay with me as we uncover the dark secrets of a battlefield where the war never ended. To understand the hauntings, we first must understand the history. The Battle of Chickamauga took place on September 18, 1863 during the American Civil War. It was the second bloodiest battle of the entire war, surpassed only by Gettysburg. Union forces, led by General William Rosecrans, faced off against Confederate troops under General Braxton Bragg. Over the course of 3 brutal days, more than 125,000 men clashed in thick woods, rolling fields, and winding creeks. The fighting was savage. Soldiers described it as a slaughter pen, where visibility was poor, confusion reigned, and the sounds of muskets and cannons mixed with screams of the wounded. When the smoke cleared, over 34,000 soldiers were dead, wounded, or missing. For the Confederacy, Chickamauga was a rare victory, but it was bought with terrible bloodshed. Locals say the earth itself drank so much blood that it was never the same again. And that may be why the battlefield has never known peace. Almost immediately after the battle, strange stories began to circulate. Farmers and townsfolk returning to their land spoke of hearing phantom gunfire in the night. Others swore they saw columns of mist shaped like soldiers, silently marching through the woods. Many have claimed to see apparitions of wounded men wandering aimlessly, some clutching their stomachs, others crying out for water, forever reliving their final moments. But the battlefield is not only home to soldiers' ghosts, it is also said to harbor something far more mysterious. The legend of Old Green Eyes is the most famous tale of Chickamauga. According to witnesses, Old Green Eyes is a creature with glowing green eyes, often described as part human, part beast. Some say he is a tall, hairy figure with fangs and long hair. Others describe a more ghostly, almost skeletal being, his eye sockets glowing an unnatural green. So where did this legend come from? One story says Old Green Eyes was once a Confederate soldier who lost his head in battle. His spirit searches the fields for his missing head, his glowing eyes marking his eternal quest. Another tale says Old Green Eyes has roamed the valley long before the Civil War, a Native American spirit, or perhaps something even older. What's chilling is that sightings persist to this day. Is Old Green Eyes the restless spirit of the war, or a darker entity drawn to blood-soaked ground? Countless paranormal investigators have visited Chickamauga, and nearly all report activity. EVPs often capture faint cries of soldiers. Others record commands like charge or hold the line. A park ranger recalled standing at the Wilder Tower, one of the battlefield's most iconic monuments, when he heard the unmistakable sound of boots marching around him. But he was entirely alone. Folklore surrounds Chickamauga like a heavy fog. Some locals believe the battlefield sits on land already sacred and haunted long before the Civil War. Native American legends tell of strange lights and spirits in the valley. Others suggest the sheer amount of trauma and death at Chickamauga created a kind of psychic scar on the land. In paranormal theory, places of immense suffering often become what's called residual haunts, where echoes of the past replay like a broken record. And then there are those who believe the spirits here are not just memories, but intelligent. They interact, they respond, and perhaps they're calling out for recognition or for peace that has never come. Chickamauga Battlefield stands as a monument to one of the darkest chapters of American history. By day, it is a serene national park where visitors walk among monuments and memorials. But by night, many believe it transforms into something else entirely. A place where the dead still linger. Whether it's the restless soldiers, the terrifying Old Green Eyes, or the mysterious echoes of war that refuse to fade, Chickamauga remains one of the most haunted battlefields in the world. The question is, are these hauntings truly the spirits of the fallen? Or is it something far stranger, something ancient drawn to tragedy? One thing is certain, if you walk the battlefield after dark, you may not be walking alone.